Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Bowmaster619 here. Good evening, all. As the title of this live stream suggests, this is going to be an addition to Hump Day Horror Trivia. Now, I posted that video earlier today, and we had 3 different people comment on it. So, as promised, Louisa Lewis and Aaron, you both get a shout out. Go check their channels out. I'm not going to say in the description below because they're not in the description below, but check them out either way. Hello, Louisa Lewis. Nice to see you here. So basically, this live stream is pretty much so I can say that I am actually going to change it up this year, and I'm going to be doing 2 Hump Day Horror Trivia videos every Wednesday this month, thus the term Hump Day Horror. I thought it was a clever name when I made it last year, so I'm sticking with it. Now, the original version of the game, you're very welcome. Hey, I said if you can get the answer right, I would do it, and I don't mind throwing out shoutouts at all anyway. I'm always happy to help other channels grow. So the initial part of the game is to try and describe a horror movie in 5 words. The second one is to actually do a quote from the movie and have them try and guess the movie that way. So that is actually what I'm going to do. I'm going to upload one video, which is going to be the 5-word description. And then later in the day, I'm going to be uploading a second video, which is going to be the quote from the horror movie. So I will be uploading those 2 videos every Wednesday for the month of October. And then, of course, I will do another Hump Day Horror Trivia on Halloween itself, presumably that I have enough time for it. I apologize for the moving camera. I'm actually holding my tablet right now. That's why it's kind of moving around a bit. But yes, that is what the plan is going to be for the rest of the month. So, to keep up with that for this particular live stream, I'm going to be giving you a couple of lines from a movie, and if no one can manage to guess it, then I'm going to go ahead and give you one more line that isn't necessarily a quote, but it'll pretty much go ahead and give the movie away, so to speak. Hello, Alex. Nice to see you here. In 5-word descriptions and a quote from the movie sounds challenging. Quite possibly it will be. So this is one I've been holding on to all day, specifically for this evening upload, which I didn't plan on making it a live stream, but I figured, you know what? Why the hell not? So, this one, the quote is, "A friend with weed is a friend indeed, but a friend with gold is the best, I'm told." Name that movie. Extra bonus points if you can name exactly which one in the series it is, because yes, this is actually a movie series that has been around. I believe it started in the early 90s. I believe 1991 is when the first one came out. And if nobody can manage to guess that one based on those 2 lines, then I will give one more line, which interestingly enough, I believe is also 5 words. Let me see. Okay, yeah, I've got 5 words for it. Which it'll more or less just kind of give away the namesake, I guess you could say. Now, I myself, and this is the interesting part about a lot of these different horror movies that I am doing descriptions and quotes of, I have not actually seen them. Wow, Alex, good job. That actually is the movie I'm talking about. Now, again, bonus points. Can you tell me which Leprechaun movie it is that he says that? And while we are waiting for that answer, of course, a lot of these movies I have not actually seen myself, but there's a really neat channel on YouTube called Dead Meat, and they have a series called The Kill Count, which is basically where... Wow. Do you own, like, the Leprechaun series, Alex? Because, again, that is correct. Wait, In the Hood came out in the year 2000? Nice. I know I don't know, but I believe there are 7 movies in total in the Leprechaun series. Wow. Impressive. Most other people that I have said that quote to just kind of look at me like, I don't know, something with Jack Black in it? Something with Seth Rogen? It's like, no, but it would be kind of funny to see those two in a horror movie together. But yes, the series The Kill Count is actually a series where they take horror movies and along with giving a brief synopsis of the movie as it progresses, they also tally up the kills, obviously. You know, how many kills, what happened during the kills, and they also give awards, so to speak, for coolest kill, which they call the Golden Chainsaw, and then they also do the Dull Machete for the lamest kill. I've Wishmaster 1 through 3. Wishmaster. Is that another horror series? Because I don't think I've actually heard of that one. And the 5-word description I was going to give, if no one could actually guess Leprechaun, was, "They are after me gold." Which, that kind of would have been a dead giveaway. Pun intended. Okay, so no, I have not actually heard of the Wishmaster. But that particular series is actually how I have learned about a lot of different horror movies, which is kind of how I'm going to wind up doing a lot of Hump Day horror this year. Oh no! Come back! Sorry about that. Okay, are we good now? Yes, it slipped out of my hand, unfortunately. Oh yes, that's what I was going to say. They do cover some pretty crappy horror movies as well, and they actually covered one that I have not heard of in years. It's about an evil djinn who grants wishes and collects the wisher's souls till he has 1,000. Actually, I think I have heard of that series from another YouTube channel that unfortunately no longer exists. They do a lot of different, they used to mention a lot of different films. Are we back? Okay, we're back. But the movie that I could not believe was actually on the list was Thanksgiving. I don't think I'm going to include that in Hump Day Horror at all. There's Miss Bell. Hello, Miss Bell. Lazy pup. But yeah, for those of you who have never heard of Thanksgiving, you're lucky. The movie was made for like $4,000, literally. It is absolutely horrendous. I don't care how bad movies like Leprechaun in Space were, or even movies like Uncle Sam or Jack Frost or anything like that. Nothing can be as bad as Thanksgiving. It's literally about a killer turkey that doesn't even really look like a turkey. It looks like Jim Henson took acid and then decided to try and make a puppet. It's horrendous. Though, honestly, actually, no, I'm not going to mention this one because I'm planning on putting this into Hump Day Horror either next week or the week after. And, yeah, it's a fairly good one. You know, it definitely has some fairly good scares in it. It's shot pretty well, honestly, for being pretty much a shoestring budget film. So I can't hate on it too much. The main person in the possession of the cursed stone has the choice of making a wish to release hell on Earth or to re-imprison himself. Okie dokie then. Definitely sounds like an interesting series, if nothing else. I wonder if Hannibal would be considered a horror movie. All right, Tessa. Well, glad you stopped in either way. Good to see you. Tell Zomblue I said hi, of course, and get a good night's sleep. Sorry. my ears are popping. Had to pop in and say hi and send love. Well, much love to you guys as well. Okay. I got distracted for a minute there. In some ways, yes, it plays on society's fear of the unknown. Oh, talking about Hannibal, I had a total brain fart for a minute there. It's been a long day. It has been a really long day. But, even though I didn't actually do the unboxing of this, you have a great night too, Tessa. Glad you could join us. I do have a new item that I will hopefully be getting to review soon. And that is this beautiful toy right here. This is the Matt Graham Primitive Bush Knife, which is made by Condor. Tom, shut up. Thomas! Leave Belle alone, you jerk. John, push your chair in all the way, please. I can't get it out of the sheath. I'm going to have to put the phone down. There we go. So yes, this is the Primitive Bush Knife made by Matt, well, designed by Matt Graham. You can see his signature right there. And built by Condor. I believe it's around 13.5 inches overall. Blade length of around 8 to 8.5. Made out of 420 high-carbon stainless steel, which I know a lot of people refer to as surgical stainless steel. That was very dangerous. That almost dropped on my crotch. Now, aesthetically speaking, yes, this is a very ugly knife. I mean, personally, I don't mind the design too much. When I first looked at it, I was like, good God, that thing is hideous. But I've seen some of the different techniques and projects that this has been used for. For anyone who watches the show Dual Survival, when Matt Graham took over for Cody Lundeen, he carried this knife quite a bit throughout the show. You know, there were episodes where they didn't have any knives, or he did carry a different knife sometimes, but this is typically the one he would carry. Now, the hole right there in the middle of the blade, I guess that's supposed to represent the eye for Condor. Because I guess the blade looks a little bit like a bird head, I guess. I don't know. But, you know, it's got a pretty good... I believe this is a convex grind. I'm not 100% sure on that. Pretty sharp. I don't know if it's actually... Nope, it's not sharp enough to shave with. But it's a very robust edge, so you can definitely do a lot of good cutting with this. If you look at the tip right here, it's sharpened on the back very... Not very deep, but essentially kind of makes it look almost like a spear point. And that is so you can actually drill into wood for making like friction fires, like hand drills and bow drills. And yes, this is a fairly cool blade. But once I saw it actually in action and found out what the heck it's called, then I figured, you know what, this looks like a nice one to test out. Hello, Rolling Rock, nice to see you here. So yeah, and then the sheath itself is a pretty nice leather sheath. As you can see here, it's got the image of the condor on the front. It's got some nice stitching there. It goes stitched up the middle here. And this right here is actually the belt flap. As you can see, it does not actually have a belt loop. That's because this one is designed to simply slip into the belt, or slip on simply right there with the little flap. So that way you can take the belt off quickly and set it down if you need to, or you can slip it into the side of your belt, or into the back of your belt. And you're able to run with it, because Matt Graham is not only a very well-known survivalist, a hunter-gatherer. You know, that's essentially what they call him. He calls himself that, actually. And it works for him because he literally lives in the canyons of southern Utah off the land as a hunter-gatherer. He builds his own structures, he gathers his own food, hunts primitively, all kinds of good stuff. Or your boots if you are super tall, that's true as well. Excuse me a moment while I get this knife into the sheath where it's supposed to be. There we go, much better. Yes, next time I get to visit you guys, I will bring that along so I can show you what it looks like in person. Because as we all know, videos can only do so much. But yes, I actually ordered 2 of those, and one of those is going away as a special gift to someone, so we will see what they think of it. My only slight peeve about it, so to speak, and this isn't even very much of a peeve, is the fact that it's high-carbon stainless steel. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. That is one of the best damn metals you can get to make knives out of. I mean, unless I'm mistaken, I believe that's what Cutco uses to make their knives. I know they use high-carbon surgical stainless steel. I don't remember if it's 420 or not, but I do know that that is what they say it is. It's surgical stainless steel. And the only slight issue with that is the fact that you can't actually strike a rock on the back of it to create a spark. You can only do that with high carbon steel. That's the only very small thing about it. But other than that, it's like, who cares? With that, you're able to make friction fire kits fairly easily, and if you actually know how to make a proper friction fire kit, then you don't even necessarily have to worry about striking sparks. And if you're going to do that, then just bring a freaking flint and steel kit. Which I have 2 of now. Potentially even more if a few of my knives in there are in fact high carbon steel. One of which is a new one that I got recently, a belated birthday present, and I found out that it is in fact high carbon steel, so even though it is an absolutely gorgeous knife, I may go ahead and royally mess up the spine of it with a rock pretty soon to see if it does in fact throw sparks. It might not, I don't know yet. So we will see. So yes, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this live stream up here. So that was the second video of Hump Day Horror Trivia. Look forward to that every Wednesday in October. Next year, I may go ahead and start it in September like I did the year before, last year. I chronologically screwed myself in the mind right there. Destructive testing. Not entirely sure if I want to do full-fledged destructive testing. You know what? Screw it. Let me go ahead and just show you that knife real quick. It got dark! Now, you guys, speaking directly to Mitch and Alex, have already seen this one, of course. But this is the knife I'm talking about. As you can see, it is very shiny. Beautiful mirror polish. I'm not sure if that's wood or if that's supposed to be micarta, but extremely thick tang. Feels pretty good in the hand. Very weighty. This is actually a fairly heavy knife for what it is. Came with a really nice leather sheath, which actually fits one of my other knives as well. I'm scared of the dark. Was that the voice he did? Because I could easily see him doing that voice for that. So yeah, this is what it looks like here. So as you can see, it's an extremely beautiful knife, very aesthetically pleasing. He thinks it's phenolic. Phenolic? Are you saying it looks like a penis? No, that would be phallic. I'm not sure what you're talking about now. Oh, hi.
What were those?
Those are packages. I ordered a couple of knives. One's going as a gift and the other one's a review item.
As a what?
Review item. I'm going to review it on my channel.
And then you send it back?
No, with the kind of testing I'm going to be doing, you can't send it back. Plus, I may go ahead and give it away as another gift if I don't particularly care for it. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this live stream up here. That was the second part of Hump Day Horror. I've already said that. You got to see a new knife. You got to see another new knife. So, lots of sharp objects while we're talking about horror movies. So, of course, make sure to stay tuned next week on Wednesday for Hump Day Horror Trivia Part 2. Stay tuned for 2 separate videos for that. And next time, this is Bowmaster619 out. As always, drive safe, stay safe, never stop learning. I'm hearing the commercial for Halloween in the other room right now. That distracted me for a minute. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. I am really looking forward to seeing Halloween. Just saying.